And oh wow, that is quick.
Hey, my picture's not here. Are we live yet?
Yeah.
Or is this Memorex? Okay. I just now realized that I don't have a picture. I'm gonna see if I can put a picture on this thing.
Yeah, if you go and adjust your settings, you should be able to go ahead and put a picture in there.
You know what's interesting? I came into this and I'm not logged in. I have to log in to do that, I think. Do I not?
You should just be able to. Let's see here.
Let me see here.
It should be a general settings. I don't think you have
there
to.
There we go. Edit avatar. I can do it even
Yeah.
without logging in. Okay. Upload image.
Awesome.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Ooh. Excellent.
Yeah.
I wish I realized that before I push the button. I don't mean to put you on the spot like that.
No, I'm sorry. It's no big problem. Hey, we're professionals, folks. This is all part of the script.
Yep. Just don't push the red button.
Where did I put the emoji? Maybe it's in this one here.
But while you get that going, I'll figure out how to get BattleTech going so people got some explosions to look at.
Yeah, cool.
That way they don't just have our avatars to look at. Because little fact to the audience, I did not want to spend an entire hour setting up the green screen and all that and still having a hard time with the blotches that occur. So I was like, you know what, screw it. I look like a mess anyways because I can't get a haircut because of this doggone lockdown. So, you know what? I'm just play a game in the background and go through the series of events.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, the series of events. Why don't? Well, as soon as you get your background going, folks are going to want to hear just the topic of what it is that we'll be talking about. Are very interesting. Very interesting. What happened in Chicago and what happened, or almost happened to you. But something definitely did happen to you. Luckily, it could have been worse, and luckily it wasn't.
Oh yeah, thankfully. Yeah, thankfully things didn't go as they normally would go.
I think I'm just having trouble thinking because I'm on live stream. Normally I find this faster.
Oh, that's all good.
Yeah, I live.
All in due time.
Maybe it's in this one. No.
Update the doggone video game. Guess this thing has to do a little bit of calibration or something other on the startup.
Maybe it's the supported types. Maybe I have to change the graphic, and that's why it's not showing up on this install that I'm looking through here. Maybe
Possibly.
Maybe it wants a JPEG instead of a GIF, or a GIF instead of a JPEG, or vice versa.
Yeah, it might be. I think I saved mine as a PNG.
Let's see. I took a look at this. It supports PNG, JPEG, and JPEG. Okay. Oh, no, I won't do that to you. I was going to say, maybe I'll think faster if I turn my mic off and leave to look for it. And then I leave Burnside here all by himself trying to do his thing with a hot mic. Great. Okay, audience, I hope you didn't pay much to get in. The entertainment is free. Okay. I'm gonna use my my Windows Explorer so I know darn for sure whether or not I've got it someplace, and then if I have to convert it, that'll be quick and easy.
Yeah, I would not charge people an arm and a leg for any of this. There we go. Battle mechs and tanks galore.
Let me take a quick look. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that should be something interesting. Oh, I really hope they give me a giant Dreadnought class ship like that. That'd be so awesome. Ah, policy. Show your Chevrolet. Yes, activate. I don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, I hate this crap. Have to register. Ugh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a pain in the ass.
Okay, I
That's,
found it. Let's see now. I bet it's not in the format it likes. Yeah, Unchained avatar. That ought to be a good one. What format is that? See, it's a GIF. I'll fix that. I'll fix that.
oh, it's excellent.
Make it a JPEG.
Awesome.
I think probably because it's an animated one, and that's why I had it as a GIF, right?
That might give it a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. So Unchained avatar now has a JPEG.
Oh, that's just nifty. I get to customize a robot.
Oh, okay. Apply. Okay, finally. Look at that. Hey, professional, man. I'm professional
Woo!
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now, folks, this is not a game stream right now at this particular point. This is just background. The background getting set up. That's all.
This is made solely to just entertain people because I'm not going to bother our poor guest time here with, oh, what do you think about the giant robot? You know.
I think he's got a heck of a cod piece. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, look at that.
I'm trying not to. I'm homophobic.
Oh God, I don't know. Oh yeah, that's right. We're gonna have to assign a gender to this thing. Oh God.
So yeah, as soon as we get this done, because I don't know if I told my friends that have come over here to watch the stream. If I don't know if I gave them a heads up on what happened to you. I might have. I think maybe I did. I think maybe I did. A heads up, you know.
Okay.
Pique their interest. But I'm waiting for once we get going, we'll start talking about that.
All right, definitely. I'm gonna just set this stupid thing up. I'm gonna turn the volume on it down so that it's not booming, and yeah, we'll be golden.
Farm out, man. Where's the Scoob at? Did you talk to him today?
Yeah, I talked to him earlier. I think he's out cold. His wife had him running around taking care of a bunch of stuff. It's really hard for him to get around nowadays because how things are. Oh, it's back too. But the main problem that he's having is just there's lines to get into everything. Like,
yeah, he's out there. Well, even you're out there, Chicago. He's out there, New York. You guys are in the big city areas.
Oh yeah.
And I'm out in the rainforest, and let me tell you, it's nope. I don't want to be a nasty bragger. I'll just tell you, just to give you information of life out here, it looks like any other day, except for the fact that the businesses are closed all over the place. But we drive around, and I stopped wearing my face mask last week. I figured it's about time I catch it. I'm going to anyway. I figured I was in a mood now. I'll catch it now. Find out what happens. So
right.
most folks don't wear masks, and our grocery stores are. No, I can't talk about that online. But somebody put a photograph of all the toilet paper we had in our store on Facebook, and people from out of town came in and emptied the shelves.
Oh,
yeah. You can tell an out of towner when you're walking around, and a lot of us are just shopping for tonight's dinner or something, and somebody's going somebody that you haven't seen before has got a shopping cart spilling out the top of it. You know, this is filled up
with toilet paper. Yeah, I've been fortunate.
That's not allowed anymore. They have limits now after that happened.
Yeah, like I was in Aldi earlier, just getting supplies and stuff, and they even on the stupid German soup cans that I've been hoarding for rations, they even got
Yeah.
a limit on those, and I'm like the only dude that buys them
Oh.
because most people look at it and they go, "What the hell is this crap?" And I'm like, I can understand 4 words on there that I can translate.
Dude, I know. Yeah, I know we're not. This isn't a Corona topic, a stream, but as we're talking
Yeah.
about this, let me tell you, in our town here over at the Elks Lodge, there is today, I think it was, a bunch of free potatoes and onions because the farmers in Idaho, they're gonna rot. The restaurants are closed and they're not buying as many potatoes and onions as they grew to sell them like they always do.
Damn.
They're still growing in the ground while the politicians are playing fascist, dictatorship.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The stuff needs to be picked. The stuff needs to be,
Cleaned.
cultivated. Everything, and who's buying it? Everybody's closed, and the science is already showing that this first time thing we're trying out is not scientifically valid for everybody staying home and closing the businesses. It isn't. In fact, most of the infections are happening in the home.
Yeah, I heard that as well.
Yeah. Because it's all close proximity. Well, that and I don't know what we're doing in this country, but I've got friends in the UK, and over there, the nursing homes with the old folks, they're not allowed to wear face masks because it might freak out the people with dementia. So the disease is spreading all over. And once somebody's been identified as COVID-19 symptoms, they get put on a particular list. That means the doctor ain't even going to come for them. And now they're not getting medications anymore because they get taken off of the normal thing. It's just people are dying. They're dying in pain. More people are dying of cancer right now than before because they can't get their surgeries. They can't get their appointments. They can't get this. They can't get that because of this lockdown. More people are dying now because of our lockdown. Yes. We're killing more people by supposedly saving. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing there. I mean, literally, the things that I've heard about this lockdown is that it's just making everyone poor. It's like literally draining people's accounts, and people are like literally sitting there relying on the government to give them their unemployment and to give them the Trump checks, as people are comically calling them now. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is like, well, the Weimar Republic fell, man.
Yeah. And there's suicides, there's murders, there's manslaughters, there's all kinds of problems. It's a mess.
Yeah, rape and domestic issues have gone through the fucking
all kinds of stuff. Some married couples aren't very good at being around each other all the time, and they are now. And I don't have that problem, but a lot of people do. One of them retires.
You don't have that problem.
No, I don't. I've been married over 34 years, and I'm a homebody. Good. I see my wife all the time.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so beautiful. You make me smile.
Married only one time. I've only been married once. Over 34 years married. Been married most of my life to my wife. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, now, is that background set yet?
Yeah, it should be. I've been screen sharing, so they should be able to see it just fine. If there's something wrong with it, let me know.
All right. If you guys can see everything and hear everything, you want to type number 69 in the side chat?
Oh, by all means. You know what? I'll actually pull it up on my phone just to double check, because I should be able to view it. Because if I gotta dive out of this thing, I should dive out of it before I really start trying to plan strategy and stuff. Because, yeah, I don't want to be getting shot at in the middle of, okay, let me tweak this real quick, and then everyone starts laughing, hey, dude, you got shot in the nuts!
Ow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, my robo-nuts. My robo-nuts hurt so much. Oh, shot in robo-nut.
I think they got a grease for that. A nice grease. It'll heal up just fine.
Oh, good. Yeah, it looks like it's coming out clear, and your avatar looks pretty good.
It's a CBD grease.
CBD grease, yeah.
Yeah, 50 weight.
50 weight CBD grease for robo ducks.
Yeah.
Oh god, I
Graphite
hope somebody makes
impregnated.
him graphite impregnated. Ooh,
Yeah.
sounds very
Yeah.
leathery.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, I hope somebody turns that into a meme. Mm.
Okay, so we set.
Yeah, we're set. We're golden. Looks like Tara's here presently. Did you get the DM I sent you of the video?
You talking to me or who?
You Unchained. I believe I sent you the video so that you could share it with your buddies. It should be
Oh,
in Discord DMs.
Discord DMs.
Yes.
Levi. Hey, Levi, are you there? He's offline now.
Oh,
No,
bummer.
let me look in the Discord itself.
Okay.
You sent a video to Levi?
Sent it to you so that you could send it to him and whomever else.
You sent a video to me to send to. Oh, you're talking
Yes.
about the link to the show. That one.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I posted it. Yeah, dude. I posted that
Okay.
in my Discord server out in the
All right.
open. Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You bet.
Okay. Oh, then we're all
For a
set.
second, I'm looking at Levi's DM, and the last DM I had with him didn't have anything that he got from. I was thinking, you know Levi?
I was wondering why. I was like,
Yeah.
Levi, why not? I misunderstood.
I don't. Let me see here. Is anybody? Nobody's typed. Oh, I'm in the private chat. Where's the live comments? Oh, there we go. I'm not used to that. Yeah. Okay, we got them Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Hi, Tara. Yeah, but we don't have the others yet. Okay, I'm going to rattle their cage.
All right, cool. I'll get into the events that happened today while
We're live.
While I go and select factions or whatever it is.
I'll get that link again.
Okay.
And put it in the other spot where I just announced it. There we go. Good. I just rattling their cage.
Woo!
Yeah, wow. I was on a StreamYards at least once before, and it was actually with Levi. Cool. and some others, and actually we were pushing the boundaries, and we stopped it. I don't know, if somebody recommended you do it or something. I don't know, but let me tell you, there's going to be no arrests or penalties going on here. What happened was, it was some campy early 1970s vampire movie that involved, but the thing was, it involved a fantastically huge amount of unnecessary, though appreciated, female nudity. In fact, there might have been male nudity too. I don't remember. Yeah. Lots of fake blood and boobs. Yeah.
Oh, hysterical.
So we're commenting on the scenes, and it was really
a
bad movie. I mean, it was a bad movie. It was like lipstick on a pig, having all those pretty girls with no clothes on. It was still like lipstick on a pig.
Oh my God.
It was bad. Yeah. I was like, I can't believe we're streaming this. Yeah.
Oh God. Fake blood and boobs. That sounds like a classic movie.
Yeah, I'd rather it would be fake blood, though, for sure. I always like the blood fake and the boobs real. It's work.
Yeah, real is better. Oh boy.
I've been married for so long. There wasn't much opportunity before I got married to bump into a girl that had breast implants. So I don't know what those feel like. There wasn't much of that going on in the 80s. Just the professionals were doing stuff like that. Well, and some cancer, but not for elective surgeries. I want to look different, so do this. Well, if it makes the woman feel better about herself, fine. If it makes her feel better about herself.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those necessary evil things, I suppose. I mean, like,
Yeah.
some women want bigger, some women want smaller, so, I suppose you could trade one for the
Or
other.
maybe they don't want their nipples pointing at their feet anymore or something. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's always a pain in the ass.
But me, I got a real old fashioned thing on that. I guess I don't know if old fashioned is the right term, but I if I'm in love and I am with my wife, I take whatever comes. It's just the way it is.
Right.
Hey, I don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, so I've got nothing to complain about. I don't look like Sylvester Stallone, damn it.
uh,
Yeah, I'm not.
yeah,
I'm
it's
not
hard.
muscular and ripped.
It's hard to rope him in when you don't look like the Terminator.
He's a classic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get on with this. There were two topics you mentioned to me when you
Yep.
DM'd me. It was the protest, and also I'll leave that one for you to say. I won't even mention it. Yes, I will.
Yeah.
Somebody got shot at.
Yep.
A gun was discharged very close to somebody on this panel, and it wasn't me. That's my clue. And I was watching it live when it happened, and I heard it go off, but I thought, well, maybe somebody hit the side of your car with their hand because he was yelling or something at you. But we'll get to that. What's this about the protest that you were out there to take a look at when this all happened? Please tell us about this. I haven't lived in Chicago since 1984.
Oh boy, it's changed a lot since '84.
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. Well, for one thing, speaking of 1984, you can no longer get fully automatic weapons legally, but you can still get plenty illegally. There's a giant black market.
Yeah, your town is infamous for that fact.
Oh yeah,
It is. It is. The two tightest assed laws cities in our country are Chicago and Washington D.C., and they're the two biggest gun crime areas in our country too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that event that I was at, that was on May the 1st. Now, normally, I'd be at the literal annual Pinko Parade, as we commonly call it. But because of the fact that there was a series of separate events, I decided, all right, well, let me pick and choose, because I figured if I was going to deck my car out and I was going to go to the regular left-leaning May Day event, that I'd run into some trouble. And I found out that there was a bunch of people who were decking their cars out and driving around the Thompson Center because they were protesting the lockdown. So I figured, all right, I'll probably get along with those guys. So I got there. I started 30 minutes late because I literally had to deck out my car. I had bought all of these boards. I bought spray paint. I bought stencils. I bought a Sharpie and some really durable duct tape and rope. And I decked my car out, and I started basically driving around the Thompson. And at one point, there's this really nice-looking Audi that was in front of me, and I was like, "Oh, okay." And this dude pulls over, and he waves his hand out, and he's like motioning me to move ahead of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, "Oh, cool, thanks, dude." And I get right next to this guy, and I'm about ready to pass him, and he pulls out a revolver and fires.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. And you were making a comment about that when you started talking about how you got shot at. I was thinking it was a gun. I thought when I heard the sound, the way it came through the live stream across your phone or your camera or whatever you got running, I heard the concussive sound, but I just figured you went driving by the guy and he was an asshole because you didn't look like you were too close to him. I figured he probably hit the side of your car with his hand because he had his hand out there waving. I figured he went wham and hit your car. But he fired that weapon.
Yeah, he actually did. He was very close. He probably could have swung and hit my car, but I got lucky.
Yeah.
What I wound up doing is the traffic cop ahead of me was just like, go, go, go. So I was like, all right, well, shoot, I'm not going to wait to see if the guy fires a second shot. So I took a right turn, and I was laughing about it because I did not hear an entry. I did not hear a ricochet. I just heard that just pop. I was like, okay, this asshole must have got a cap gun or something. And Scoob was like, no, dude, that was an actual gun. That is not
real life is different than the movies. It's like silencers. They don't go pew pew. They sound like guns going off, just less noise.
Yeah.
Real life is different. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was really strange. And but what I wound up doing, because I wasn't sure, and Scoob was like, dude, some dude actually shot at you. Are you all right? What happened and that?
Yeah.
So just me being me, I went up pulling at the next intersection, and there's a guy with a camera taking pictures. I go, hey, do I have any bullet holes in my car?
Can you imagine somebody pulling
Yeah,
instead of excuse me, do you have any Grey Poupon? Oh, and do I have any bullet holes?
yeah, just casual as hell. Like I'm acting like it's any other day of the week. I'm just like, all right, well, let me see if I got any bullet holes in the car this morning. And like the guy literally sits and he's like, he stops taking pictures. He's like, looks to the left, looks to the right, looks at the car. He's like, oh, I don't know, where am I looking? I'm like, the guy shot here did this, 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 and this, and that. I just want to make sure I don't have bullet holes in my car. And he's like, no, I think you're good, man. I'm like, all right, cool, sweet. And I just kept driving around. And then when I came back to that intersection, that car was gone. The guy must have just bailed.
Yeah, shoot and run.
Pretty much.
I don't understand. And this fellow that was in front of you that pulled over and waved you on to go. Oh, well, let me ask. I'm trying to figure what would spur on an asshole to pick you out as the person he wanted to fire his gun at. Did you have flags? Did you have your favorite propaganda banners with words on it on your car or something? What?
I
I would
really
think
don't
you
know.
probably had a flag of some kind, didn't you? Didn't you have like a American flag?
Yeah, I had 3 different flags on. I had a U.S. flag on, and that was on the driver's side.
Well,
And
U.S. flag's becoming illegal in some areas, so I mean that could do it.
I think if anything, as far as flags that would have caused him to shoot at me, was probably the flag I had over my rear view window, because on the back of the car I had a Weimar Republic flag.
What does that mean, Weimar Republic?
It's the World War I German flag. It looks like the Iran flag, but upside down. It's got a black bar, a white bar, and a red bar, and it has an iron cross in the center. And so people would not confused as to why I had it there. I had a sign above it.
Some people get triggered on that. They see an iron cross, and all of a sudden they say, "Racist! Nazi!" And there weren't even any Nazis in World War I anyway. So, yeah. Those were the Prussian days. The days with the Prussians and stuff, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the exact reason why I had it, is, the, old Prussian culture.
Isn't that when the mustard gas was used?
Yep. Yeah, mustard gas.
The first chemical weapons in warfare, well, that I know of as chemical weapons. I mean, there's probably other stuff. I mean, they were throwing, plague-infested things at people in the catapults in the old days. But I mean, for chemical warfare, the mustard gas, the deadly, gruesome mustard gas in the World War I trenches. So I don't know, man. You got an American flag. That'll trigger some people, that weren't born in our country or weren't born speaking English. I mean, I'm going to be fair, folks. Let's be real about this. It does happen like that. Some folks are not born to put their hand over their heart when the Star Spangled Banner is playing. They're not, and when they see a United States flag, they get bent out of shape. And when they see an Iron Cross, or especially a swastika, then they get out of shape.
Oh, yeah.
Me personally, the worst thing I'd ever think about somebody if they got something, say, you fuckhead, or asshole, or something like that. But that's it. For crying out loud. Such a sissy culture is happening all over the West now. Just when I was a little kid, back just after dinosaurs, I'm 60, and if you disagreed with something, a lot of times the comeback would be, well, it's a free country, and you let them go. You didn't agree on something, and you'd say, it's a free country. Believe what you want, and you didn't get bent out of shape. Now people want you put in prison for the way you think. They want to punish you for who your friends are. They want to punish you for all kinds of stuff. They want you to conform to the new way. Yeah. So, what about the license plate? Did you ever manage to find out what the license plate was for this Dilbane that flagged you by and then fired a gun?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to be able to actually get the license plate. We were able to get the license plate. I was able to file a police report, and there is a detective on the case. The only thing is the person who owns the vehicle in question naturally was not the shooter. I mean, you could only hope it would have been, but basically, after things progressed, I received a phone call and information was given to me, and it's long story short, this person was definitely not matching the description of the person that shot at me at all. So it's like, okay,
Stolen,
well, it could possibly
borrowed,
be.
or
Yeah,
borrowed?
stolen, borrowed. Could have been that somebody just basically stole this individual's license plate and slapped it on the car. The only thing that's known for certain is the car in that footage is registered to a person, but that person was not the shooter, and that's where things get a little tricky. So it's, as far as I understand it, with the investigation, it's a bit of a paperwork hunt. It's okay. So who did this person know? Who could have taken this from this person?
Yeah, your license plate was involved. I lent my car one time, and the guy that I lent it to had another guy drive it, and then that guy sideswiped somebody on the expressway, and then I got in trouble, and it was all surprise to me. I had to get to the bottom of it and finally got it fixed. But yeah, so whoever this guy is, so
Hmm.
paperwork is moving on this here for
Yeah,
whoever gets to show up to work during this stupid COVID junk. I
yeah. For the
mean, it
time,
goes
yeah.
slow enough as it is. Let's
Hmm.
face it, the wheels of justice turn a little slow.
Oh yeah, that's the sad thing, is it's a waiting game.
Yeah. I hope it doesn't cause you a lot of times you have to miss work to go in for a court appearance or whatever.
Yeah,
I,
I hope so too. I do not want it to be dragged out, because that's the one thing that would be just a massive pain, would be if it's like, okay, well, guess what? Or you're gonna have to make a court appearance. Oh no, the other guy didn't show up. You're gonna have to come again and again. Oh,
yeah, that the trick for continuances. When I one time when I was in college, I got knifed by somebody in Chicago Heights on a Friday night, and so when I was going to court in I don't remember where the court was. I think it was in Chicago. I don't remember. Markham, maybe. And so I had to go to court. Boy, I remember the dry heaves, just the stress. I mean, I'm not in trouble here. I'm not the one looking at living behind bars.
hmm.
But just the stress of the whole deal. And what happens? I come back and turned out that in my business law class, the teacher decided one of his pop-up quizzes was going to be when I wasn't there, and he wasn't going to let
Mm.
me make it up. And then he made a an ethnic slur at me. He said, "Well, if I saw someone dark like you, I'd be afraid too, to justify that the guy knifed me." What the hell? I think the guy that knifed me
Hmm.
was even darker than I was. So shut up.
Right, I get you.
Yeah. Jerk.
Oh yeah, that happens. Those were
Well,
in
I
the high
passed the
school, and
class.
they.
I passed the class. I learned stuff in that class anyway. But what a jerk. Yeah, but going to court, it's just pain in the butt. And I'm guessing you're going to have to go somewhere once or twice, maybe more, over this matter. Have you already had to go in person anywhere to sign any papers and stuff?
Thankfully, no. What I wound up doing is I basically made copies of my press pass credentials, because
Mm-hmm.
because Scoob just pounded home. He's like, "Look, dude, you're gonna need these at some point in time, so just make copies of them and keep them on you." So I got my press credentials from the Constitutional First Amendment Press Association, and it's a good thing I had them, because now, in the off case they do catch this person, this is basically a heightened crime, because it's a potentially illegal weapon. This person is using a vehicle that is that was not,
Yeah.
their property.
Potential
And
until this thing's solved. It's a handgun. Those are illegal in
oh,
Chicago.
actually,
In Chicago,
that
if you're
actually got
not licensed.
overruled.
Oh, it did. Good.
Yeah, it got overruled. So you can own handguns. It's just that the trick of it is if you're going to own any form of firearm, you have to have a FOID card in the state of Illinois. So if he
Okay.
has a FOID card, then he can legally own the firearm. But in that particular instance, if he does not have conceal and carry, then it's unlawful use of a firearm and attempted murder. And depending on how the court case goes, I could go, well, citizen of the press. Doesn't that heighten the crime? Yes or no? And maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Oh.
I don't know. And I interrupted you on that there. You were talking about if there potential crime and stuff is where I interrupted you.
Oh.
Yeah, you've been getting us together, and Scoob helped you out with your press credentials.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, the Scooby, he's a journalist. He knows all that stuff. I didn't know you were a journalist, or is this new for you?
It's a bit new for me.
New for you, yeah. Well, Scooby sure help you out on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The Scoobinator.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's been all over the place today. He helped set up the stream earlier for the event that happened over in Rockford.
That happened over where you broke off.
Oh shoot! There was an event earlier today that Scoob helped me set up for the live stream. There was a Open Illinois event over in Rockford.
Oh, Rockford. Yeah.
Yeah, that one went fairly well. Rockford. That's a good place. It would have gone on for longer, but what wound up happening is in the second hour as that was coming up, because the protest was planned to go from 1 until 3, and it was just basically just a bunch of people on a curbside just, protesting. What wound up happening is the tornado alarm went off, and we just hear the siren, and the guy who was our pep rally leader was like, guys, that's a tornado siren. We got to get out of here. And everyone was like, oh, crap. Because, the weather was just really weird that day. It was nice and sunny. It was hot. And then I don't know where these clouds roll in. It starts raining.
I'm aware of the weird look before tornadoes in Chicago area. I lived there till I was 24 or something like that. 24, 20. Yeah, I lived there until I was 24 and a half. Yeah. Yeah, the weird weather. The weird color in the sky too and stuff.
Oh yeah. Come to think of it, it was kind of weird.
So that cut down the event, and that was it, huh?
Yeah, it wound up being basically like I wound up streaming a little bit late, but it was supposed to go on for another hour because we had drew in so many people. But as soon as that happened, everyone was like, "Yeah, tornadoes sound bad, so let's not be here." So it was literally me and the cowboy sitting there looking at each other like, "I don't know. We'll wait and see what happens." And he was like, "You know what? Yeah, it's a good idea. I think I'm gonna get out of here."
Yeah.
And then what wound up happening is I waited for Scoob to hop back in, and then he's like, "So, how's everything going?" I'm like, "We got to get out of here." The tornado siren went off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a little bit of a pain, but there's not much else you can really do about it. But it was a good turnabout because the one good thing was there were some petitions circulating around, and one in particular was to have Governor Pritzker recalled from his position as governor.
Who's your governor?
J.B. Pritzker. He's a Democrat, and he's a renowned male feminist.
Yeah. That means he keeps trying to get some strange on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm being so facetious here because so many men that identify as feminists is to make points with the ladies. Of course, the points that the kind of ladies that they're probably making points with by saying I'm a feminist aren't going to want you anyway, buddy. So, waste of time. Deal with your wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The general. Most of the people who consider themselves male feminists just drive me freaking nuts.
Oh, yeah.
So like I've in all honesty, I've never liked the guy. I thought there was something off on him because I thought he was just trying to capitalize alt left so that he could get himself elected. And seems like he's pretty much fitting that shoe because the reason why people drafted the petition is primarily they were concerned that there's 164 sex offenders that he released and other related criminals. And they don't like the fact that they're not able to go to their businesses, they're not able to go to their churches and hold mass or anything. But these, rapists and pedophiles and other such people are running out and about.
I don't know. Releasing all those sex offenders. I wonder if he made enough money off of that to take his family to Disneyland or something. I don't know. Why do they do that? I don't know.
I wonder myself why it is they decided that they're just going to release prisoners because I could see non-violent offenders in that, but sex offenders, okay, that's a concern. Like if we're talking people who are like doing pot or had an illegal gun or something and didn't kill anybody with it, or they just did something minor like they got caught peeing in the road too many times or something. It's like, okay.
Well, for crying out loud, for things like pot and even really dangerous drugs, when it's sad when a person is got the monkey on their back called cocaine or heroin or something or opioids or whatever, or and especially things like, golly, we could have a whole book to write about on marijuana as a drug by itself. It's sure not as bad as heroin. But the point I'm getting at here is, think about all that trash on the side of the roads that can be picked up by a person wearing an orange vest. If you punish them like that at the worst, or and maybe a monetary fine or something, but there's no sense to putting somebody into a prison with a whole bunch of sick brained individuals to teach them how to be a fuckhead supreme when they get out and commit crimes and be violent and not be able to be hired at a good job because they went to prison and all kinds of shit because they got caught with half a bag in their car or because they got a monkey on their back and they got high on heroin and got caught with a needle or something. And now it's, we don't have enough prison space as it is. Stop throwing. Some of these people don't belong in prison. Make them go out there and clean the roads up. Community service, give them a fine, whatever. And if they're really rich, definitely make them clean up the roads because the money's not as bad to them to pay a fine. If they're rich, make them go do the work. Don't give them the cash as a way out. Make them go clean the garbage up around the roads. Cut the grass. Cut the leaves, the weeds and stuff. Do the community service.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of dirt out of the nails is good.
Don't have to. Character. Yeah, for sure. Don't put him in prison. That's crazy.
Yeah, Scoop's been for people just basically serving their time on an economic level. Just, okay, you did this much damage, you did this crime. Okay, we're going to put you to work because it's better than you sitting around plotting how you're either going to escape from prison or you're going to get into these, other criminal enterprises when you get out of prison. Busy being that gives you less time for committing extra crimes.
You're sure not going to keep them away from dope by putting them in prison. I mean, are you protecting them from themselves? And if you are, then why do you go put them where they're going to be able to get dope? That's crazy. You're supposed to put the people that you can't trust around you. Go put them in the prison, all right, so that they don't hurt you and others. That's the kind of people you're supposed to put in there. And when I say hurt you and others, I also mean the people that took your life savings on some sort of a pyramid scheme or something too. Them too, and the white crime people. These people also can't be trusted in the public, quite frankly.
Oh, I agree.
Because they still cause damage. Somebody loses all their money, commits suicide. They lose all their money and somebody dies because they couldn't afford the medical help for them because now all their money just got taken by some jerk who's in Aruba now,
Oh, yeah, he's just living high off your money.
Right. Excuse me, Burnside. I'll be right back in just a few minutes. Okay, dude?
Sure, go right ahead. I'll hold down the fort, man.
And before I go, I saw that you had answered a question that I saw on the side that I was reading, getting used to. I haven't been on a live stream panel for a long time. Actually, it wasn't that long ago, come to think of it. But StreamYards, I'm not too familiar with it. I wasn't seeing easily how I can type back to them. Maybe because I'm not logged in, I can't type back to them.
Oh,
and I didn't have a chance to say it, and then I noticed that you had answered their question.
Yeah, because if you just tab over to live chat, you should be able to go and answer without having to log in.
Well, no, I'm just able to read stuff on the live comments. I bet I have to log. I'll do my login after the show sometime. I'll get that all fixed. So next time, be all cool. All right, dude.
Sure.
And audience, I'll be right back.
All right. I'll hold the fort down while you're taking care of business, then. Yeah, so basically, today didn't turn out too bad. We were over in Rockford, and the event went fairly well. The only thing is we did end it a little short because of the situation we had with the tornado warning. You know, I can't really blame anyone for going, okay, yeah, tornadoes are a problem. We should get the heck out of here. So, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely something that someone should definitely go flee from. One thing that was decent about it is there's a good amount of people there. There's about, I want to say we had about 60, 70 people there, and all the people were very peaceful. Everyone was very civilized. You know, nothing got crazy, nothing got out of hand. And a lot of the people who were driving around were in favor of us protesting. Like, yeah, we want to show our support. So we had a lot of people who were honking their horns and, you know, were giving us thumbs up and everything. Ooh, USA, USA, USA. Yeah, it turned out fairly well. Wasn't too bad at all. You know, it's always good for people to show support for that because, you know, unlike most protest events where it's just people who are like in one particular topic or another and are just like, you know, being more so partisan of, well, we only want our agenda. You know, we don't want anyone else. You know, it's they're like very inclusive, you know, even though a majority of them were, you know, people who had, you know, Gadsden flags, Trump 2020 flags, you know, they were just, you know, they're cool with just people just dropping by. You know, their main thing was they wanted to show people that, hey, we simply just want to get back to work. We want businesses to open. We want things to, you know, go back to normal. We don't like the idea.
Back.
And, you know, welcome back. I was giving the audience a bit of an idea of what the people were like over in Rockford.
Yeah, Rockford. Yeah. Yeah, I had a buddy from Rockford, and you were saying you were with somebody named a Cowboy, and I think, oh, this is wild, because my buddy that was from Rockford, bless his soul, he's passed cancer.
Terrible.
Yeah, he was my best pally. Anyway, his nickname when he moved back to Illinois, to my town, he was in Rockford. Then he moved to Arizona for his asthma, found out that the pollen there ruined it. So then they moved over to Glenwood, you know, just south of Chicago. Glenwood, you know where Glenwood is, right?
Yeah.
By Homewood, Chicago Heights. I schooled at Bloom High School in Chicago Heights.
Oh, yeah, Homewood. Yeah, Homewood's not too far from here. Yeah.
Yeah. And so my friend, my pally from Rockford, the nickname Cowboy, he I've had knife against my throat from someone from behind twice. One time it was with a gun against my temple and a knife on my throat. Another time just a knife on my throat. Another time a knife through my right arm. The fourth time I had a knife on me, I'm just dealing with this kind of calmly. I think it's kind of like, you know, what PTSD. So I'm not reacting much. And I'm talking to this dude, trying to talk him out of the knife, you know, very calmly. My pally Toby from Rockford, Cowboy, he got so pissed off when he saw that. He knew his best pal had already been knifed and stitched up. He twisted that knife out of that guy's hand. Oh, it gave him hell. I just wanted to give a little side. Let my pal Toby live for a moment here on the live stream in remembrance. Good man.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, what high school did you go to, man?
For high school, I want to go all the way out in the middle of nowhere. I went to Braidwood for high school.
Yeah. And I just don't remember where it is because I've been gone for so long.
It's Bloomington, Coal City, Pontiac, that area.
Oh, no, northwest area. Bloomington. Hey, man, I went to that mall when it was the biggest in North America.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then I went to the mall that was. I went to the one in Eagan, Minnesota, when I lived up that way. It was the biggest. Yeah, but I've never been to the Edmonton. As far as I know, that is the biggest. Edmonton in Canada. But yeah, Bloomington. Yeah, you get a lot of jumbo jets flying over your air in that area, don't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, over here we're only about like 30-40 minutes from O'Hare. When I was over in Braidwood, thankfully we didn't have too many airports over in that area. You know, there was, I think the closest one was Jesus. No, there was a private airport of some kind or another, not too far away from Pontiac. I can't remember where the heck it was exactly. But occasionally you'd see like people, flying like over there and like some of the hayseeds. Like, oh, that's their rich folks with their private jets and shit landing past Pontiac. Well, I guess they decided to give us. Yeah, and I was just like, it's a glorified biplane. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. That's so wild, like when you're driving by Midway or O'Hare and you've got a jumbo jet coming down with its landing gear above you because the things are so damn big compared to you. It seems like they're just floating as they go by you, and you're looking at all the landing gear and everything underneath this huge kabillions of tons weight aircraft just going over the top of you. Weird, man. Weird. Heavier than air.
But yeah. Go right ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna talk about that high school. It's off topic of what we're talking about in the very first place anyway. But I was just gonna say that Bloom High School I went to, that it was great school. But I mean, there was like. My freshman class was 1,500 students. We had our own building. We had so many of us freshmen, and they separated the. Then they built more onto the freshman building and turned it into a 4-year. So then my school broke into 2 4-year high schools, and we had race riots at that school. One time I didn't go to school because it was a riot was planned, and police showed up and lined up out there with their rifles up. Attention with their rifles at the ready and tear gas grenades on the ends of them and stuff. And yeah.
Holy shit.
Yep. I definitely went to a mixed school as far as race goes.
Nice.
It was a good school.
Dude, that's good. Crazy you had to deal with the riot and stuff like that. Like the craziest thing we had over in Braidwood was on a couple of occasions they had tritium because they got the Exelon power plant in the neighborhood right over in Coal City. Yeah, it's like right on the border.
Nuclear?
Coal City. Yeah, nuclear.
Yeah, most of electricity in Illinois is nuke. Yeah. Nice and clean. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's clean energy. It's not too dangerous. The only thing that really sucked, and I wound up finding later on why we had so many leaks, basically during the Obama presidency, they just basically wouldn't give anyone the approval to refurb their plant.
Oh, of course not. No, he was ruining the country left and right.
Oh yeah. So basically, when I was a kid,
killing off entire coal mining towns, the livelihood of entire coal mining towns,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then he shut down all the oil pumping out on the Gulf of Mexico when that leak happened on one of them. Jeez, my God. Yeah, he's a punk. Biggest do nothing president. Well, this is becoming a political thing. I think we should get back to topic. And
Yeah,
the fact
because
that
then
you got paperwork out on that thing with the license plate. And how did you get the license plate? Was it because you went back on your live stream and you were able then to back up and look at the plate on the car that was in front of you when he pulled over and flagged you by?
Yes, basically what I was able to do is because someone was kind enough to upload the clip at that exact moment that it happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
See, I don't know how to do that. That was cool that they did that. Yeah.
yeah, because I was asking anybody, hey, at about this point in time in the
Because I was
video,
watching live. Yeah.
yeah, it was like a real pain in the ass because I was like, if I have to download this entire thing and send it to, either the police department or who, the detective who got assigned the case,
Uh-huh.
this is going to take a day and a year. So I asked somebody, hey, can you do me a favor and look between this time slot and this
Thanks,
time slot,
RB.
see if you can find it?
Yeah.
And they were able to do it, and they posted up and went, here, I uploaded it here so that you can download it. And thankfully, when I put that through After Effects and I upped the resolution, I was able to make out the license plate, and it went, okay, good. So I sent that to the police department. I filed a police report. A detective got assigned to it, and he looked at it and he went, okay, I'll look into this. And it was like maybe a few days later, and then after that, a week later, that it went from okay, I found the car to okay, I found the person to
Far out.
yeah, to this is not the dude that shot you.
Yeah, you can't go discharging a firearm inside of a city. That projectile could go anywhere. There's nothing safe. You fire straight up in the air, come down and kill somebody or break something.
Oh yeah.
You can't go firing guns off inside the city. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
You go out someplace where you got some empty area and you aim in a direction that if you miss your target, you'll end up in the dirt or into the trees or something, Yeah. Or you go to a firing range, whatever.
Oh,
But
yeah,
not
if
in
you're
a
a
city.
law-abiding,
Not in a
yeah,
city.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you're a law-abiding citizen, you just go to the firing range
Right.
and you just go right ahead and you go, all right, hey, let me get a target, and then pow, 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 done and over with. Thing is, the only time where you are allowed to discharge your weapon in public is when you're acting in self-defense or you're a
I knew that
security
was
guard.
coming. Yep.
Yep.
And the security guard is it's going to always be for some sort of a defensive move anyway when it's a security guard because well, it's a long story, but I mean, like, for instance, you don't want that person getting away because that person's dangerous a lot of times on that one. Right. I know it's a case by case situation. You can't just say some guy comes up and says, hey, do you know where the First Baptist Church is? And say, they shoot him for it, obviously, case by case. But yeah, but it's all, dollars to donuts. There's going to be a good reason for the gun being fired.
Yes. Yeah, that's basically the thing. So essentially what happened is that after they did a lot of looking into this vehicle, and they at some point talked to the person that owned it, and from whatever happened in that, they basically got back in touch with me. Yeah, this dude does not fit the description you gave us, and they basically were like, yeah, we're pretty sure it's not this guy. I was like, well, what do you mean? And they explained it to me. And it's like, yeah, that's definitely not the person who shot at me. And they're like, all right, well, so that only means a few things, So we're gonna wind up having to see, if it was steal it, did he, what did he do?
Well,
because the person that owns the vehicle, was made aware of the situation, and the person was appalled and shocked. And I have no idea how this happened. I don't even know who got my vehicle.
Well, whoever owns that vehicle definitely has at least one name that they can give the police, the person that they lent it to, because otherwise you would have been told that it was reported as stolen, and you did not get that information. They would have already had that info. So that person's got to be able to give them at least one name. It may not be the person that they lent it to, but they got at least one name. They got to. So
Yeah.
they've got that license plate. They're on it. They're on it. Somebody's head is going to roll.
Oh yeah, that's what they're hoping for. I'm not sure if they're letting this guy sweat or they're going, okay, come on. If you didn't do this, somebody got a hold of your car. Who got a hold of your car?
Well, if he's Jussie Smollett's cousin, he might get off. I don't know.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah, from what I understand, that's basically what it is. They're waiting to see when the next shoe is going to drop.
Mm-hmm.
So as soon as I find something else out, I'm going to let everyone know. But for the time being, the person in question is still at large.
Yeah.
And we have no idea who this person is.
Do you ever come out to just by any chance? Do you ever come out to the state of Washington? It's where I live.
Oh,
I don't know when I'm going to Chicago again, dude. I just don't know. I don't know. I suppose, maybe if somebody passes and I have enough money to go back, I'll definitely look you up if I do. Next time I go to Chicago, sure. I'm saying I'll look you up, buddy. I'll let you know ahead of time. But yeah, it'd be cool if you come on out to Washington sometime. We get together, have some fun, maybe go fishing. You fish? Do you do any angling?
I love fishing.
Well, I've got a particularly nice honey hole and I've got the catching of the rainbow trout down pat. Oh, they got other fish in there, but I got the rainbow trout for that lake down pat, buddy. And we can catch some fish. It's this place I like to fish. It's this wonderful little lake, but most people don't fish there because unless they want to walk out on this, the logs are big. I'm in the Northwest, rainforest. This is a big fat log, and you can stand and walk past another person on the log. I've already done it with my wife. But you can only put 2, maybe 3 people out there. Otherwise, you'll be hitting each other with your rods as you cast. But it's a long log, and you can't fish on this lake from anywhere else from the shore unless you go down the boat ramp by the log and put a boat in, because there's, cattail type stuff and lots of water and muck for yards before you get to the actual open water all around the perimeter of it. And I think that might be why folks don't go there. So I don't tell everybody around my area where I like to fish, because then I may drive all the way out there, drive 15 miles out there to my
and
fishing
you'll have
hole.
30 people stealing your spot.
Yeah, there's only so much room on that log, man.
Yeah, I feel you. My uncle, he wound up having a similar thing. We're over by the Braidwood Rec Club and the other areas around there where they have for fishing. He had this one particular spot. And is like, okay, don't tell anyone about the spot, because this is where you get the massive catfish. And we pulled in this motherfucker. I swear, this thing had to have been 30 fucking pounds or some shit. Like, we had just a regular motorized rowboat, and he pulled the sucker up, and this big bastard.
This guy what? He what?
My uncle, he wound up, like, he had this special spot where he swears he could catch the biggest catfish. I was like, okay, everyone catches
I got
big
catfishing down pat, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, I swear, this thing he pulled up must have been like 30 pounds. It was a big bastard. This thing was massive.
Those ugly fish can get big. They can get big, man. Yeah.
This sucker was like almost, going on like 4 feet, I want to say. And I was like,
oh, I heard one time over at this lake. I lived by Lake Thunderbird in central Oklahoma. And over by the dam on the lake, I heard this guy was down there in scuba, and he saw a catfish that was so big it scared him, and he got away. It was so darn big of a catfish, it was scary to him. Yeah. I got the cat. I did so much catfishing up in the San Bernardino Mountains when I lived in San Bernardino, California. That's about, I don't know, 50 miles east of LA, I think. Anyway, I used to go up to Lake Gregory a lot and fish cats. Oh yeah, I used to fish cats. Yeah, stink bait and stuff like that.
God.
Oh, I'll tell you a
Yeah.
great thing. It really a great way to catch those cats was just go to the grocery store, go over and find mackerel because at least the grocery store in that area had mackerel.
Mm.
It was an inexpensive fish that had lots of scent on it, lots of scent, and inexpensive, greasy too. And
Oh yeah, the
get that and use it for
greasier the
cut
fish,
bait.
the
Yeah,
better.
go to the
Oh hell
grocery
yeah.
store, buy some mackerel, some food, and use it for cut bait and put that on your treble hook and cast that on out. Boy, you catch yourself some cats.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
I gotta tell you something. This is a fish story. I'm telling you it's true. I was there. I know it's true. And I ain't no fucking liar. You're gonna love this. I saw a catfish pulled in on a whisker. I swear to you. It was hooked
What?
on the whisker. Yes, indeed. I'll explain exactly how it happened. One in a million
How?
type of a thing. Next to me at this one little finger on the lake. I like to fish a lot of times. I'm fishing, and
Mhm.
next to me is a father and his young son. You know, he must be
Yeah.
10 years old at the most. And the son is he's got the line out in the water, and the fathers are helping him. So he's pulling
Mhm.
in this cat. And when he finally pulls it in, we see that he pulled in this cat that was about, oh gosh, let me put my hands out here. Oh, about 2 feet long. And at the base of one of its whiskers, at the thick base of one of its whiskers, those hard like nail whiskers, right? This says something for whatever brand treble hook he was using that it didn't break, and it was sharp too, evidently. It poked in the barb, poked right in the side near the thick base of the whisker and into it, and he pulled this struggling catfish in on its whisker. I saw it.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw it.
That
That
is
was
hard to
amazing.
do.
Yeah, never
Damn.
lived to see that happen twice.
That is
Never.
awesome.
I'll never see that again.
Damn. Now that is
Plus,
cool.
yeah, how about that? I tell you,
Oh yeah, that is cool as hell.
they make those croaky sounds too. I feel bad about those poor fish. They sound
Oh yeah.
so pitiful. Trying to get the hook.
Yeah, they
Hey, I'm
literally sound
drowning
like a
out here. I
choking.
need water.
Yeah, they literally sound like a choking person. It's
Oh
sad
yeah,
because
it
you're watching
is. It
suffocate.
is.
But
Well,
it's like
there's
they're
a good
so
way to put them out of their
tasty.
misery. Hammer to the head.
Yeah,
Boom! Out goes an eyeball. Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, that's what I've heard is the most efficient way to do it. Like some people have like tried to go ahead and just like get an axe or a knife or something and just it gets stuck in them because they actually have some pretty thick skulls despite being,
Oh, they
fish.
do. They do. I had okay for thick skulls. All right, I had this big old catfish, and it was in my ice chest, and it hadn't died yet. Now these things are like prehistoric. They're kind of like living dinosaurs. These catfish are very prehistoric, very low level lizard brain type stuff. These fish, and I found out how hard those heads are because I had this catfish. It was a biggie, and I had it, and I wanted to clean it so I could, I was going to fillet it, and I like to fillet, and and so I thought, well, I hadn't. It was a little early in my fishing experience to not have realized yet that a hammer on the head works good, and so
Hmm.
I had this long chef's knife, butcher knife, and I don't know why I thought I tell you I was new. So I every time the water in the sink touched this fish, I think it was dead. I don't know. Um, and you may say, well, it's moving, it can't be dead. I got stories for you. So anyway,
Oh yeah.
yeah, snapping turtle. So it starts acting like it's trying to swim. So I'm pressing this knife in, and I split its skull between the eyes. I kept going in, and I was splitting its head, and it was still wiggling back and forth when the water hit it. I'm
Hmm.
washing off the slime, because I want to clean it and everything. And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
got to be muscle reaction because a lot of
yeah,
animals, even people too, when they're thought to be dead, their body continues even though the soul is left. Like,
right. They have
they
nervous
twitch and
system that
stuff.
isn't even in the head that reacts.
Yup.
It's been found that even human beings have some nervous system centers around the body that act before the signal can get to the brain. But my grandfather, he was a fisherman, and he grandma was this is my Swedish grandfather, and his wife, my grandma, was English and German. Her mom was immigrant from Germany, last name Schultz, and so anyway, yeah, and her father was from well, that's our English line goes back to like 1600s in America. But anyway, so she cut the head off of the snapping turtle. She's going to make soup, and she got angry at Grandpa because Grandpa wanted to test the old wives' tale to see if it was true, and he took Grandma's broom. Yeah, he took Grandma's broom, and the head had been on the floor. Good thing my mom and any of the other kids weren't walking around there barefoot or anything. But the head had fallen on the floor while she chopped it and stuff. My grandpa put the broomstick down there at that big snapping turtle's head, and as soon as it touched that tongue or whatever, snap! The decapitated head broke the broom. And my grandma was so mad at her husband. Grandpa got in trouble. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he laughed. She was angry, ruined her broom, and that was not a family with much money. So, I mean, he's trapping dinner. You know what I mean? You go out and trap a turtle for dinner. My uncle David used to go out to the marshes that used to be on the south side of Chicago and go trap rabbit and turtles.
They got filled in, yeah.
Yeah, back then. Now it's that area, out there where Sherwin-Williams is and Pullman Bank and stuff.
Oh, Pullman, yeah, Pullman's right next door.
Pullman Bank.
They don't have much of their territory left as far.
Well, that was all marshes and grassland, marshes.
Yeah, like over
back in the 30s, 40s, the 40s. Yeah.
Yeah, because where we're at over here in Hegwish, we actually still have our marsh. And
my sister lives in Hegwish. Yeah.
No way! Oh my God!
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, I know. Small world, man.
Holy crap! All right, well, shoot. Yeah, definitely.
I used to live in Cal City.
Oh my God, that's where my mentor used to
live.
Right
by Torrance. I was like 2 blocks off of Torrance Avenue. Torrance Boulevard. Yeah, but I was over by what's the name of that record store there? I was by that record. I was just down the block from the Purple Steer. Yeah.
Holy crap! Yeah, that's over. That's right over in Whiting, I think, where the Purple Steer.
What was that? Yeah. Hegwish Records? Is that what that place was called? What was that record store out there?
It wasn't. No, I don't think it was Hegwish Records. I know a place you're talking about because like a lot of people have like told me where's the record store, and that's like since I've been here, it's been closed. It's been
over
closed
by Sibley and Torrance. It was by Sibley and Torrance. I lived just off of Sibley and just east of
I know
Torrance.
Yeah, it was Calumet Records.
Yeah, I guess that was it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's like Calumet Records or something crazy like that. And
so you're out by Hegwish. I thought you were out there by Bloomington.
Oh no, I'm in Hegwish. I'm in Chicago proper.
Okay. Yeah. Well, my sister's husband, my brother-in-law, he's a Chicago firefighter.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. My parents, when they were first married, they lived in what's that place called? Roseland. Roseland. Yeah.
Yeah, Roseland is right next door. It's oh my God, Roseland is not a nice area. It's shithole.
Yeah, Tara filet and release. I just saw that. Tara. Yeah, release to my fork. Release into the skillet. That's it. Filet and release. Well, I think Tara, maybe you're making a comment about how you feel about catfish. Maybe I've heard people give a good recipe on catfish. One of my favorites is this guy said you get the catfish and you nail it to a board or on a tree and you skin it and then you take the catfish off and you throw the catfish away and eat the board. So, but yeah, filet and release. I've never heard that before. We're gonna bore everybody talking. You and me talking the old stomping grounds here. So, but what I'm interested in, what I'm interested in here also before we end is that besides the gunshot, you were in the city driving, doing that live broadcast for a reason. It was, what was it for?
It was for the opening of the state of Illinois. The reason why a lot of people were there is because they didn't agree with the lockdown measures. They didn't like the fact that a lot of people there were now effectively unemployed because of Pritzker coming down very heavy-handed and Lori Lightfoot going and doing the same with everyone in the city proper. So mostly the people were just like, okay, we want to return to work. We don't agree with being able to do one thing but not another, because a lot of people didn't like that liquor stores and everything were open, but they couldn't go and just go about their work. It's it sounds silly, but for once, people were protesting to work. They weren't protesting to get away from work. A lot of these people did not want to be living on unemployment. They just wanted to be able to wear their masks and go about their business.
No kidding. Burnside, the custom one has a question here. It's interesting. You see the question there, the last side chat question? I don't understand that. Do you?
No, I think he was being a heckler. So he's asking something about in regards to something with terror or some nonsense. So I really don't know.
It's something. It's something other than here. Okay, I got it. All right. I'm thinking, what the heck? I timed somebody out on a live stream a week ago or so, someplace else. I had a wrench. It was on a British live stream, and they call them spanners. So I had a spanner, and I timed somebody out that deserved it. I never timed out anybody just for the heck of it. Yeah. Flow ho. Hey, custom one. Watch that language, yeah.
Shoot, I think my microphone lagged out.
I hear you though. Oh, I see. Oh, I would just ribbon the custom one because the custom one referred to somebody as flow ho. That doesn't sound nice.
Yeah, that's when I mainly ignored him. Is I think he's just trying to be a heckler. But I'm used to dealing with hecklers. I had one shoot at me on May 1st. Since then, unlike most people, I decided I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to keep going to the Open Illinois protests, and I'm going to try and do what I can to give them coverage. Because
fight the good fight, man.
Yeah, fight the good fight. I mean, even though I am working 6 days out of the week on average, between 5 and 6.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah.
Thanks, man. There's a lot of people that aren't as lucky, and I feel for them. And if they can go back to work, and since a lot of the science behind this lockdown stuff is BS anyways, why should we have people on house arrest when we can just have people working under normal circumstances?
Indeed. It's power hungry. And I wondered about another possibility. Personally, I think the number one reason is it's the narcissistic power hungry. Narcissism is not a crime. It's a state of mind. It's not a crime. And once you're a narcissist, you can't be cured of it. You can learn how to act nicer to other folks, but you can't unbecome a narcissist. Okay. And it's not a crime. It's like eye color, hair color and stuff, but the thing is, what I'm getting at is a lot of us, people like us that will go on a live stream, have a certain degree that might be above the average. For everybody's got some narcissistic traits. Taking care of number one is a human condition. A psychologist will tell you that narcissism is all over the place. But the point is, politicians are a good place to find someone that's narcissistic. The same way that you want to find somebody who's successful in a corporation in the management area, you're going to find someone who's sociopathic. Okay, maybe even psychopathic if they were born that way. It's where these things happen. So there's narcissism involved, and I think the number one reason for this lockdown stuff is the narcissistic power. The other thing, which is really limp dick shit, is, excuse my French, France. So is that I suppose maybe somebody's afraid if they stop the lockdown. When somebody dies, there's going to be somebody that's going to say that they died because you stopped the lockdown. You can't get away from that.
Yeah,
Deal with it. Deal with it. You're going to be blamed. You knew you were going to get blamed for stuff you didn't do when you ran for your office. Okay, you're going to get blamed for stuff you don't do. You're going to get blamed for what you do. You'll get blamed for what you didn't do. You'll get blamed for what somebody else did. It comes with it. Yeah,
and that's the thing.
End the lockdown. As far as I know, President Trump wants this lockdown ended. He's rather fair in the way he deals with the United States, though, because we are 50 republics. We are 50 republics, and he's allowing the governors who are on the ground in their area to deal with these things. I mean, for crying out loud, he's got a lot of fish to cook. He's doing a heck of a lot. He and his special handpicked crew are doing a lot. They managed to cobble together the stuff that managed my wife and I to get $2,400 check from the government a few days ago. That was nice.
Oh, that's good.
That was nice. He cobbled that thing together. He didn't. He's busy doing things that the president has to do and in his office, and he's got other people that do things in their office, and they've been working pretty darn quick and fast to get things done. How about that ship, that hospital ship? Navy hospital ship that went out there to New York. Oh man, that was quick.
Oh, the Comfort. Yeah. Oh,
that's what I call logistics. Getting that ship out there for them right away.
Oh
that's good work.
I love the fact that when he was live streaming, he just slapped the news with the presence of that ship, because like the mainstream media was talking all this smack about, oh, it's not going to be there on time. It's going to take 2-3 weeks. He doesn't know what he's doing. It took 2 to 3 days for that thing to get there.
I think he knows what he's doing. The sawed-off rocket man out there in North Korea decided that this president was worthy of meeting and shaking hands for the first time right over there. He also considered that when Trump said that if North Korea didn't back down, that we were going to hit them with power that the earth had never seen before, and that worked pretty darn fucking good.
Oh yeah, that's
you remember that? I mean, that's what he told me. He said that if they didn't back down from what they were doing, that we were going to come onto them with power that had never before been seen. And that doesn't mean he's going to do a bunch of mushroom clouds. There are a fantastic number of ways with weaponry we have to take over and win. We got nuisance bombs. In 1985, when I was serving in Turkey in the United States Air Force, I remember during the gas chamber and all the stuff we're doing in the Charlie Scale war games and stuff, what we were being taught, we got these nuisance bomb things, man. It's like it doesn't even kill you. We'll fire these things by artillery or what have you, and when they burst, instead of tear gas, you got stuff coming out that all of a sudden all the troops are too busy dropping their drawers and shitting. They're either barfing and shitting. They're all going to be shitting. All of them are going to be shitting. They're all sick, and it's just a temporary deal. And while everybody's
I heard of that, yeah,
our troops move in and capture. There's all these kinds of ways to win. I mean, we've got cruise missiles that pop out of a submarine you didn't know was over there, and it pops out, and this cruise missile is going to fly at Mach speeds beyond any jet, and it's going to go right to its target, open up its canopy in the top as it goes over the airfield, throw bomblets all over the place, and destroy the tarmac. And no plane's going to take off. No plane's going to land. Nobody died. Except maybe, whoever was nearby. Stuff happens. It's a war. But we don't have to cause mushroom clouds. We can still kick your ass. So he respected our president.
Warfare for a reason, man.
I got a friend in Israel. He says there's folks out in Israel that are joking and halfway joking that they hope that Trump comes over to their country to take care of things when he's done being president here. I got friends in the UK that are just in awe and respect of how well they've seen President Trump taking care of stuff out here. He's got respect all over the place.
And I think that's why they don't like him, and why they don't like a lot of the people who are, by extension, against the lockdown, because the president doesn't want it to go on. He deregulated it to the governors because he didn't want to be dictatorial with it. And now he sees that they've been very tyrannical with it. So he's like, look, I'm going to override you. You're locking down things like churches and other things that are essential in my eyes because it's a constitutional problem. Then, I'm going to override you. That's a good thing because, the one thing I love about him is he's a very strategic president.
That's like, true, Custom One. Excuse me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because like a lot of people were like griping about that. They're griping about the few times he got in scuffles with the Russians. I was like, look, even though Russia right now is not a communist country, they still have that same ethos. They respect strength. And if you give them a vulgar display of power, they're going to respect you. And he's done that once, twice, 3 times, and we're still not at war with Russia. We're actually on better relations with him since he decided, all right, I'm gonna give you a middle finger, and I'm gonna fire a bunch of rockets over your bases. You're not gonna be able to use that tarmac at all.
That's right. That's right. It's just amazing what folks don't know. I remember one of the I had a secret clearance in the Air Force, as did my wife. We both met in technical school, and I had a secret clearance. And besides the secret clearance that I also had a special clearance and badge to get into the headquarters for the SR-71 Blackbird, and I had another special. Yeah. You betcha. And I had a secret.
You were in a fucking Blackbird?
No. The headquarters for it. I was never in the bird. Oh. I saw the bird. I felt the ground under my feet shake and rumble as it flew. I watched it fly. Yeah, I watched it fly at an air show I was working at. But God, yeah, but I used to go in sometimes to take care of the communications equipment in the headquarters for the SR-71. So, but one of the buildings I had another special clearance for had a model in there of a warhead, and this warhead had within the warhead 5 other warheads. I think it was 5 other warheads, and each of these other nuclear warheads, this bomb, this missile, when it was sent over to I don't know, Russia or wherever you might have to send it, it would then split in the sky and then send its baby warhead, nuclear warheads, to several different cities all at the same time from one missile. Oh, this is nice. This dude is when I was in the Air Force in the 80s. Can you imagine what we got now? I mean, crap. We got stuff that flies supersonic in the rain at nighttime with no moon out,
Mm-hmm. Oh, we've got some mega stuff nowadays.
No. Yeah, and I think the sawed-off rocket man had an idea of the fact that if Trump is telling him that kind of stuff, it wasn't a good idea to push it. Yeah. But it's nice to know that didn't happen because, even the military, let's face it, when you're a military man, that doesn't mean your life, there's so many folks that don't realize, it's just military, it's okay. No, it's not okay. When the people are doing their job in the military, it doesn't necessarily mean that anybody has to die. Mm-hmm. Somebody's at work in the North Korea, they're on their job in the military, they got up, they had their breakfast, they went out to work, and in comes a nuclear bomb or a conventional weapon and takes out the base they're working at. Boom, bunch of people die. This is a nice thing about what Trump did when that multi-million-dollar drone of ours got shot down out there in the Middle East, out there in the Persian Gulf or Red Sea or whatever. He very quickly he asked his experts there, his generals and stuff, how many people would die, if he retaliated, even if it's just to hit specific locations, like where missiles can be launched, etc. Right? There's people working there. So Trump asked his experts how many people would die if he retaliates to this instead of try some sort of diplomacy for wasting several $1 million of our drone. It's a drone. There's nobody in it, right? When he found out that number, he decided not to attack. You know, a lot of folks don't realize how some good leaders are. You know, he decided this means that if we attack, even if we try to do surgical attacks to certain locations, this number of Iranians are going to die, and he did not attack. Got to respect that.
Oh, definitely.
Got to respect it. Yeah, I'm glad though. You know, it'd be nice to have him for more time as a president, but I'm glad that we don't have more than 2 4-year terms in our country. For goodness sakes, some of these countries, you know, Cuba, they have presidentes forever.
Oh yeah,
North Korea.
Yeah, like just Cuba had Castro for how long?
Yeah. Then what? His brother, and then what? His niece? I don't know.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, Raul's
that's royalty is what that is.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's literally just hegemonic.
So you're on Streamlabs here. Have you done any? Of course you have. I have. The very first time I ever heard the name Burnside and read it, it was on a panel on a YouTube stream. Heck yeah. But the YouTube streams, you can get the, what do you call those, super chat status. Yeah. Do you have super chat status already for anything?
Not yet. No, I haven't gotten that organized.
That'd be cool to have.
Yeah, I thought about it. You know, the only thing is like I don't like the idea of like people just donating a bunch of crap to me unless like I'm doing something that's worth them giving me money.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to, you know, call it devil's advocate, but the point is, the reason people are sitting in the chat, even if it's just because they want to meet somebody else they know that's going to be in the side chat and they're going to talk, what you've got for them is a venue that they are getting entertainment. Okay, they're coming to watch the show and listen to it, maybe interact with the show, maybe only see the people on the side, maybe just read it, maybe interact with them. And plenty of people want to throw a 1 or a 5 or a 10 or a 20 in the hat, you know, because they like the tune you're playing. So you're giving them something. You're not wrenching anybody's arm behind their back. Yeah. So it's a handy thing to have. I mean, if you're going to go sit out there by the train station and play your guitar, make sure you put a hat or a bucket there so somebody can put a glass for tips, something, you know?
Right. Yeah, that is something I hadn't considered.
Yeah. Yeah, that's handy. What did you say a Scubinator's doing?
Mainly what he's been doing is he's actually trying to pay attention for the Open New York protest because he's having a similar effect over there. The only problem is a lot of the adversaries, I suppose is the best way to call them, are also organizing as well because being that, you know, New York, that, you know, communist leaning set of politics.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those you've got to kind of pick and choose your battles because you know, it's just getting very divisive over by him. And because they've had so many cases of the virus, he's like, look, it's not that I don't want to do this, it's the fact that I don't want to wind up bringing mom. Because, you know, he's looking after his elderly mother.
Right. And you and I both know very well about a whole lot of problems with folks giving her trouble. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's primarily the thing is he doesn't want to add on to it. You know, because of that situation that's happened time and time again, he's like, you know what? It's like I don't want someone at the front of me and someone at the back of me, you know, because I can, you know, he's like really having to do extra strategy with it when he shouldn't have to. And it's like, you know, it's just a real pain in the ass for him. It sucks.
Well, I'll say this: it's nice to be over 6 feet tall like Scooby when you got to walk around in a rough world.
Yeah, that's the one good
I'm
thing.
I'm 5'9". That is the average height for a male born in 1959 in the United States. So I'm average. That's good. At least I'm not below average. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I wanted to be 6 foot, but I didn't get my wish. I did. I wanted to be 6 foot when I was a kid, and it
Uh,
stopped at 5'9.5". Lost half an inch in the Air Force, right in boot camp. Everybody on average loses 1/2 inch in their height after they've marched through boot camp. The
I've
weeks
heard
of
of
boot
that.
camp.
Yeah.
Yes, you're standing all the time. You're marching all the time. This is a pound, 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 and your curved spine, on average, will drop your height half an inch by the time you're done with boot camp.
Damn.
Yeah. My wife and we served. So I don't know. She was 5 foot when she went in. I don't remember if she went to 4'11.5" or if she's still 5. Maybe she was 5'5.5" when she started. I don't know. But yeah.
That's still pretty cool. I wanted to be a Marine, but because of the fact that I had asthma, I couldn't serve. So yeah. So the only thing I can hope for is maybe Space Force after this pandemic plays
you know
out.
that you know that makes sense. It makes sense.
Mhm.
It's a sad situation. It's like, also, let's face it, okay? You can see with the asthma, it's like transgender. There's a lot of medical issues involved with someone who's transgender, not to mention the psychological medical issues and the high suicide rate, and the very special doctors in medicine needed to be within a certain distance of travel, and the amount of money it'll cost the U.S. government to handle this person who's coming in with special needs. I mean, the Army and the Air Force and they are in the business of spending our tax dollars in a good way, and that's why they've got the Department of Fraud, Waste, and Abuse. It's to stop people in the Air Force or whatever branch from spending money in a stupid way. All right, they can be reported. They can have all kinds of problems happen, including prison, if you waste money. So you got to spend your money carefully. And transgenders are expensive and very problematic. It's like if you want to fly a jet, if you've got diabetes, they're not going to let you do that either, because of the once you start pulling those G's and you're at those altitudes and stuff, if you're diabetic, the chance that your eyesight's not going to be working too good is pretty darn high.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
you got to see those gauges and equipment. You got to see that stuff good.
Oh yeah. And given the current enemy we're facing,
yeah.
are you kidding me? If ISIS gets their hands on a transgender Marine or Army Ranger or something like that,
yeah.
Oh, there's going to be inexplicable torture that they're going to put that.
Oh, the torture is going to be bad. The torture is going to be bad.
Yeah, and that's the main thing. Like, I thought immediately when I heard, like, oh, we're going to let transgender people in, and I was like, if we were fighting a uniform army, this would be a better idea. But we're not fighting a uniform army. Suicide.
Well, folks also don't. A lot of folks don't understand that when you serve in the military, it's a privilege. All right, it's a privilege and an honor.
Yeah.
It is not a right. It is not a right. It's a privilege and an honor. You hope you get accepted. You hope you pass the physical to get in. You know what I mean? They had you talk to a psychiatrist. It isn't just can you do a push-up, you know? I had to talk to a psychiatrist just like everybody else did before I got to the point where I was in the room looking at the flag, reciting the oath, and had my hand up, you know. So
awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. Yeah, I signed up for 4 years. I did another 2 years to forget that old story another time. Well, how long have we been online here talking to folks, talking in front of folks about stuff that sometimes they just don't care about? Because they never lived in Chicago or etc.
I think we've gone for a little over an hour right now.
Yeah.
Let's say it's a little over an hour.
You about ready to call it a show?
And a little bit, yeah. Because the main thing is I did want to tell people about Rockford and how that went. We got to that. We got to what happened over on May 1st, which is good. The only other few things I got to talk about was Monday.
Okay, beautiful. Just a second. Before you start it, all right? Another quick quick break. I'll be right back, and then we can get to that stuff. Okay?
Oh, go for it by all means.
Thank you.
Yeah, go for it. Woo. Uh, right, yeah, we'll probably go on for about maybe to another 20 more minutes, and we'll call it a day. Because I don't want to, wind up being too much of a pain. That Unchained's got his stuff he wants to take care of in that, and as far as this video game, it's I could always play this at another time. For right now, I'm just messing around with it. Ugh. Transmission, what the heck? Uh-oh, looks like I got overthrown. Oh boy. Oh boy, so it looks like my faction's already been overthrown. Oh boy. Ooh. Damn it, and Queen Bee is getting hammered. Oh boy. But in regards to protest events, I know there's one going on Monday, if I remember correctly. It's going to be downtown. It's supposed to be pretty big.
What's supposed to be pretty big? Downtown? What town? What's that?
Downtown Chicago, there's supposed to be another open Illinois protest that's going on, although this one is not at the Thompson. This one is going to be at another location, which
Okay.
I'm going to go double
Get your bulletproof
check.
glass. Get your bulletproof glass. Put
Definitely.
some steel plates inside your doors and head on out to the protest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the only thing that's a pain for me is I'm stuck working that day. It's when I got my orientation, so I'm hoping that other people can attend it because it's over at Grant Park.
Grant Park, nice place. Nice place. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be at Grant Park, and it's going to be at noon. And they've got quite a few speakers that are going to be there. I don't know any of them personally, but from what I do know is that a good portion of these people come from diverse backgrounds, and their main thing is, look, we all want to go back to work. One second.
I imagine they're going to use the Shell auditorium for some of this, or whatever it's called. Yeah. I know Lakeshore Drive has changed out there in that area. It doesn't run the way it used to anymore. I found that out a long time ago. They changed to, I thought that was so cool on Lakeshore Drive. I'd be driving there and they had so many lanes going north at one time and so many going south. And then when the traffic pattern changes, these hydraulics underneath concrete wall segments go up and go down to change the direction of how many lanes are going north and how many are going south. They split the lanes with at least they did back when I used to live out there. Those hydraulics. You've seen them, right?
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
On Lakeshore Drive,
yeah, you're talking about the barricades that they have. Yeah.
Well, these were like a partition between the north and the southbound traffic on Lakeshore Drive. And, somebody go out there and put some orange cones down to cut off the traffic going one way or another and then pick them up again. But the concrete segments with between the lanes of the street, they got like two lines of them so that they lower one and raise another one over on the other side. And now you got three going south and two going north, and then maybe three going north and two going south, or however many lanes they got there anymore. But that's the nice technology.
Oh yeah, those things do come in handy. They have similar barricades for when they have the express lanes open up.
Oh, yeah, like over there by the Edens Expressway or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I remember taking that on my motorcycle. I did it in cars lots of time, but I remember on my motorcycle, so much dirt and junk hitting my face and my lips.
Oh yeah.
Very dusty.
Yeah.
On
Yeah. That's a
express
bit of a pain.
lane.
Oh yes, because express lanes are always a bit of a mess.
Chicago's a great city. It's a great city. Those museums are spectacular.
Oh yeah.
Spectacular. Oh gosh, I've been to those so many times. Adler Planetarium. I used to take college classes out there and Shed Aquarium, all that stuff. Okay, so
Nice.
I've come back, and enough of the little chit chats. You said Rockford stuff going out there, Rockford and all.
Yeah, we had the event Rockford that I don't know if they're actually going to have a follow up to that one. So for the time being, the only events that I know of that are going to go on in continuation.
Thank you, Custom One. Yeah,
are the events on Memorial Day, which is going to be over at Grant Park, and I'm not able to make it to that one because I have work sadly. So I wanted to basically just put that out there so hopefully other people can attend it instead, basically. And aside from that, the other things that if some of my other fan base were around, I was going to get into the Backline project because it's a little mini series that I've had going on since I started on YouTube with my mentor, and it's a comical political satire piece, and it's basically in the comical fictional universe of Kekistan and that. And what we usually do is we mix in footage of World War I reenactments, World War II reenactments. We do put some talking points and some comedy in there, and we do a whole bunch of silly stuff. And a lot of people like it because it's comical. And the only thing that's a pain is it takes us like a good 3 months to be able to go ahead and get a Chronicle out. So like people are always asking, when's the next one out? How's it going? Ooh, damn it, I lost that mission. Oh well. So they're usually always asking, when's the next one out? What's going on? And I've got a few bits of footage together for the next Chronicle. And I was just basically going to just lay out the script of how we're currently planning it right now. And that was basically all that I really had. I haven't had too many developments because I've basically been working, and I've been going to these different protests, and I've been trying to check in on my mentor Bobby and see how he's doing because he's pushing 70, so he's worried about the lockdowns. He's like, okay,
he's an old boy.
Oh yeah,
he's 10 years older than me. He's an old boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he comes from a military background too. Yeah, he was over in Iraq. So
a disciplined individual.
Oh yes,
someone that understands discipline. Say check your DMs quick, would you? Your Discord DMs. Sure. I just sent something to you. You won't want to read it out. You want to keep it quiet. Nothing about you folks in the side chat, okay?
All right, thanks for letting me know.
You bet. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
This is a cool looking game you got going here. Which game is this?
This is BattleTech. It's
basically what? Battle what?
BattleTech.
BattleTech. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Very attractive graphics.
Yeah. It's like if you're familiar with the old 60s Mech Assault games, this is in the same universe. So it's intergalactic warfare with giant robots.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the kind of warfare that's coming up, isn't it? We're already using guided robots right now that fly around. We call them drones. They get as big as jumbo jets. We send robots in to defuse bombs. We're using robots all over the place. Use robots to go in behind the wall where the terrorist is with a weapon and shoot the hell out of them or blow up and take them out. All kinds of cool stuff with robots.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see how the evolution of that's going to go because it just looks fun to me. Just the technology that they have nowadays for UAV drones and other combat systems.
Oh, also, think about it. When you start making robot uh, fighter jets and bombers, you're making aircraft that can pull G's that will kill a human being, no matter how much training and pressure suit they got. It will kill them.
Yeah.
But if it's a robot, it could pull G's and do maneuvers that a
Because it doesn't
human
have to
being
worry
can't
about
even
that blood
handle.
flow.
And you lose the equipment. You don't also lose the human being that took you years to train and who has a spouse and children,
Oh yeah, because that's the one
or
thing
just a
that
mom
like
and dad, whatever, or just by themselves, whatever. They're a human being. You don't lose that human being.
yeah, that's the one key thing with a lot of the newly automated technologies that people like is they're like we don't want to lose our human assets. That's the one thing before is you will always lose human assets. But if you have humans piloting robots or using drones or something, then they're you're not you losing your human assets. You're just
And
losing
warfare
robotic assets.
warfare is getting so much better now than it used to be. Like World War II, we and others were carpet bombing. We were flying over cities full of people like Berlin and stuff, and opening the bomb bay doors, lots of planes all at once, opening bomb bay doors and dropping so many bombs like marbles all down on people all over the place, blowing them to smithereens. And nowadays we use surgical attacks. For the presidente happens to be on that floor in that apartment over there. you know
Oh
it's a
yeah, and
little,
he's gone.
little bit nicer way to have a war, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's
less
there's
less less human death, and you still get the
oh yeah,
job done.
yeah, and that's the key point of it is there's a lot less human life that's innocent that's lost. You lose a
I
lot of
think,
that collateral damage.
given enough time, if we don't destroy ourselves, whether it's sociologically by SJWs taking the world apart and ruining culture, um, my little jab, um, we will get to a point where warfare doesn't kill. It will get to the point. We're already using things like so many police, especially in the UK, armed not with firearms but with tasers. You know, and
Right.
so many ways nowadays. Like I told you about those nuisance bombs. You don't. It's not like sending artillery with napalm in it at the troops on the other side. You're sending them something to make them shit their pants. Okay, it's a very big difference. So
Yeah, I've heard that those are
technology is
very
getting better
effective.
and better and more humane all the time.
Mhm.
It's getting better.
Yeah, and that's the
The-
good thing is that more humane ways to wage war and more effective ways to wage war. And then oftentimes it actually makes wars a lot quicker. So there's a lot less death overall.
yeah, yeah. I love a good war. Not really. I'm just joking. I don't love war at all. I don't love
Yeah.
war at all. I
Yeah. If it
accept it as
were
I accept it as something that has to happen sometimes.
right, it's one of those worst case scenarios that, sometimes it can't be avoided because of circumstances.
Sometimes it cannot be avoided.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's basically it as far as all the different topics.
okay.
Um,
Well, I appreciate that you contacted me and asked me if I was available. Thank you.
no,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome, man. I
I've
appreciate you for
enjoyed
being
being on
here.
here. And may I say, especially with a homeboy from Chicago area. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I had no idea you had family in the area. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. My family, Swedish, English, and German. Um, and the other half of me is Moroccan. My dad came over from Morocco in 1950, and my mom's
Oh,
side is
cool.
is she's half Swedish and quarter German, quarter English, a touch of Welsh, and that's all around from Duluth, Milwaukee, Chicago, Gary. That's basically right there in the steel belt. That's where my
Nice.
family immigrants are. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's how I actually got the alias Burnside is because the group that I wound up joining was called the Burnside Bums, and a whole bunch of them were originally people that worked in the steel mills between Burnside, Pullman, and the whole southeast side.
You know what? When I saw your name, the first time I saw your name, Burnside, it reminded me of Sven Gulli. Did you ever hear of Sven Gulli?
Oh my God, yeah, I love that guy. I used to watch when I was a kid.
Berwin! Ha ha! Tui!
Oh my God.
When I read Burnside, I remembered Berwin. Berwin! I used to watch Sven Gulli.
Oh God, I love
Before
Sven Gulli.
Elvira. Yeah. Okay, Dudesicle. So catch you around, and that's
Yep.
what I'll do.
Yep. I'm gonna hit the end button. Then yeah, we'll call it a night.
Take her
Thanks
easy,
for being
folks.
here.
Folks out there in the audience, we appreciate you being here. Thank you. Wonderful having you here. And I want to thank Custom One's been interacting with me, giving me some information. Appreciate that. It's been a long time since I've been out there. Okay. Well, catch y'all later, huh?
Later, everybody.
Adios.